I'm Nolan here at the Next Venture Paddle Sports Center. Just going to talk SUP paddles, stand-up paddleboarding. We'll talk about the difference between paddles. You got really three different materials that you're going to see across the board with paddles. On one end, you have plastic or nylon, so you get a cheaper paddle, but you can perform decently. Doesn't have quite the same rigidity as or durability as fiberglass is going to have, which is the next step up. And then on the top of the line, you've got your carbon. These materials can be used in the shaft or the blade. For instance, full carbon all around here. We've got a carbon blend shaft on both of these with a nylon blade and a fiberglass blade. If we're looking at the nylon blade, we got a pretty medium flex there. And then just to show you the difference, we'll look at the carbon. Much less flex, similar with the fiberglass, sort of in between the two. What flex provides is if it's really stiff, then you're really getting effective power. You're not losing any with it flexing through the water. If it's super stiff, over time, if you're on a long day, you're doing a lot of power strokes, what you might notice is a little bit more fatigue. If you have some flex, it does let some of the water shed away, so you lose some of that effective power, but it's still easier on your wrist throughout the day. When it comes to some features you'll find on some paddles, on these SUP paddles, you have a lever lock system like here. Allows you to adjust super quick, super easy. Any sort of adjustment is going to add a little bit of weight, something to consider. More experienced paddlers will have one cut to length, just have the T-grip on there, no adjustment, but then again, it saves a lot of weight. The other type, very common, you'll see around on lots of kayak paddles, lots of SUP paddles, is the push button adjustment system. A little different than the lever lock in that it's, you do have drilled holes, but it does save a little bit of weight from that, not having all that cable in there. When you're looking at blade shape with these guys, you have what's called the dihedral. So you've got two planes on the dihedral here, and you've got flat here on the carbon. What that does is this basically acts as a way for the water to shed off the paddle when the stroke goes through the water. So with the dihedral shape, when you're pushing through the water, it allows water to shed off in both directions, allowing an easier, gentler stroke. And then if you're looking here at the flat shape, you have a bit of the dihedral up at the top and mostly flat. What that does is doesn't let any water get out of the way, and you're really using all the full power of the stroke throughout. When it comes to picking a big blade or a small blade just for surface area, big blade's gonna work better for bigger, stronger paddlers and might serve inconvenient to smaller, lighter paddlers. The reason being, for each stroke that you put this big blade in, you're catching a lot of water. So for the smaller paddler, they're working really hard to pull that blade through the water each time. Where the bigger, stronger paddler, it's gonna feel fairly easy. Again, I'm Nolan. This has been a look at how to identify different paddle features and choose one for what you might need it for. You can find all these paddles in here in the shop. We're happy to tell you more about them anytime. You can also find them on our website at nextadventure.net.